Hey coaches, Kim Carver here. One of the things I love about what I do is the chance I have to hit on training topics whenever it feels like they're relevant to coaches or might be useful to coaches. And this is one of those times when I get to do that. So I am so excited to be here with you right now. And I want to share a few thoughts on our compensation plan with you in this training and specifically why it's structured the way it is. I think it'll give you some good insights in why we do what we do. And hopefully this is helpful to some of you. Now, because I am going to be talking about compensation, I always like to make sure that I read this little disclaimer that Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income from the Team Beachbody Coach opportunity. Each coach's income depends on his or her own efforts, diligence, and skill, so please see our statement of independent coach earnings located in the Coach Online office for the most recent information on our coaches' actual incomes. Guys, it's real work if you really want to build it. So with that behind us, let's just jump in real quick. As some of you know, I've been around network marketing my whole life, both on the field side, on your side right now where you're sitting as a coach, and now for the past 15 years or so on the corporate side. And honestly, in that time, I've seen a lot. In fact, you'd be pretty hard pressed to show me something about network marketing that I haven't seen before. And at different times, during the past 10 years especially, I've had the opportunity to architect or modify compensation plans for the company I worked for or companies that I've consulted for. And a few years ago, while I was consulting for a company that was looking to make some pretty significant changes to its plan, I made the comment to one of their executives that you can tell a lot about how a company views their business by their compensation plan. And over the years, I found this to be absolutely true. And if you think about it, it makes sense. Because a compensation plan is the biggest lever a company has to drive the behavior of their reps. And because of that, it really does reveal what the company values most. You show me any company's compensation plan, and I can tell you what they truly value, no matter what their marketing or positioning may try and say. Now, one thing I want to make sure that we're all clear on, when we talk about compensation plans, guys, there's never I really get frustrated when people try to argue what's the best compensation plan out there. The truth is, there is no perfect compensation plan. Every plan has its pros and cons to it, even our plan here at Team Beachbody. But like I just said, one thing our plan does really do is indicate what we value most. And I think that's what's most important for you to understand as a coach. So I want to explain that a little bit if I can. Let me start this way. It's important to understand really how compensation plans pay commissions. There's a lot of things that come at coaches or reps in different companies, from recognition and different incentives, but really at the end of the day, it's pretty simple. Commissions are paid based on volume. Without volume, there is no commissions. But how they portion out the commissions from that volume is important. Most companies try to provide a balance between what they call front-end commissions, which are the commissions paid for helping a new rep or customer get started, that initial purchase, and what they call back-end commissions, which are the commissions paid for ongoing consumptions after that, again, that first initial purchase. And so whenever you hear people talk about residual income, they're typically talking about, or not typically, they are talking about back-end commissions. So if a company, and this is something else you may have heard, if a company has a high percentage of their commissions compressed on the front end of their plan, they're said to have a front-end loaded plan, meaning if there's a lot of commissions paid on that first purchase. If a company then has on the flip side, has a high percentage of their commissions reserved for their back end, they're said to have, you guessed it, a back end loaded plan. See, look how smart you're getting, just kind of going through this training, learning all this new terminology. Now, what about Team Beachbody? Well, like most companies in the industry, Team Beachbody's plan is a fairly balanced plan. We're neither fully front-end loaded nor back-end loaded. Our plan offers rewarding front-end income for coaches through our challenge pack bonuses primarily and retail commissions as well. And it really is important to us, and it's important that you understand that we want to make sure that these front-end commissions are rewarding and a great incentive relative to the work required to help someone get started. We want that to be really attractive for a new coach relative to the work required to help them get started. But as you can see, as I just mentioned, as you can see from this graph here, we aren't what would be considered a front-end loaded plan. Now, why is that? Well, this kind of gets into the values now. Let me talk about the back end first. Well, at Team Beachbody, while we value the start as a critical step, what we value most is helping people make lasting change in their life. Those are the results that we want. And we know if our coaches focus on those results as well, they will have the greatest opportunity to create long-term residual income generating business for themselves. Team Beachbody's focus has been, is, and always will be the long term for that reason. And we don't want our coaches to just focus on getting new people in the door, getting them started with the challenge pack, and then discarding them after a month or two because the financial rewards aren't there anymore. That doesn't align to our mission, and it would be out of step for our culture if our compensation plan encouraged that behavior. In fact, you can see this really clearly in our approach to fitness, can't you? We don't promote gimmicks or quick fixes, but hopefully something more sustainable and life-changing. Everything aligns around those values, the values that we have as a company, including our compensation plan. And because our plan does allocate significant rewards as your customers use Beachbody products each month, and then amplifies those rewards even more when you teach your coaches to do the same thing, our plan creates a strong residual income framework. It has a robust residual income platform. Our team cycle bonuses, matching bonuses, stardom bonuses are all reward this activity. And they're examples of what I'm talking about here. Leveraging then this back end to pay a consistent rewarding residual income does take work and time, as a lot of you know. We don't offer a get-rich-quick scheme. We've never offered that. We've never promoted that because that's not who we are. And honestly, I'm glad we don't. We want people, we want coaches who can get passionate about what we're passionate about and that want to build a business that will last. No matter what you may have heard then, this takes time and it does take consistent effort, but it's worth it. Now, this may mean that our plan may not appeal to everyone. We realize that. And that's okay. There are other options out there that value different things that are reflected in other compensation plans. And that doesn't even speak to other factors you may value, like what the product offering is and the value that represents to you. But it does seem like every few years, there's like a cycle that happens every few years. We will see a company or two appear with very front-end loaded compensation plans. And these types of plans are very, very good at creating a lot of temporary hype and distraction. Just in case you haven't experienced this before, let me take a second and illustrate the pros and cons of this approach. First off, you have to know that front-end plans can appear very lucrative to people because in the short term, they pay out big bonus checks. The reason they do this is because they concentrate a very high percentage commission on the initial purchase. Companies with front-end loaded plans typically have a very high buy-in option that they push or encourage all reps to get. The high buy-in packs produce a high commission payout on those packs, but there's a catch. They are usually unsustainably high and can only be paid once. So I should probably say that again. The high buy-in combined with the unsustainably high commissions payout on those packs creates the opportunity for a very large commission to be paid once, one time, just on that purchase. And again, seeing that quick money can be very attractive, but you have to understand that it doesn't last, unfortunately. It can't. These plans always have a drastic drop in commissions after the first purchase, and they severely limit the income potential on their back end residual so the company can afford to keep paying so much on the front end. So while there are pros and cons to every compensation plan, my experience has been that companies that use front-end loaded plans, front-end loaded compensation plans that are architected especially around recruiting tend to fade pretty quickly. Because what attracts people to them disappears quickly. To be even more direct, while others may have had a different experience, which is entirely possible, I have never seen personally a company with a front-end loaded compensation plan last. They come to the market, make a huge splash for a few months, and then they're gone. These types of plans also attract a lot of scrutiny from regulators, and there have been numerous examples of companies being shut down or forced to change their compensation plans by regulators because it was too focused on recruiting and the upfront money opportunity that fuels it, as opposed to people buying real products because of the value that they provide. So, that whole ramble that I go through here, for me personally, what I value in business, and again, I'm speaking of me here, what I value in business doesn't line up with these front-end loaded plans. And it's why I personally couldn't work for a company that promoted that kind of a plan, because for me, it would be a career with a very short expiration date. Now, even knowing all of this, when these companies first come onto the scene, it's really hard to believe that the company could disappear. It seems like all you see around or on social media is reps at these companies getting big bonus checks and kind of talking about all the success that they're having, and it seems like they're conquering the world. But again, in my experience, it seldom, if ever, lasts. And my experience has been that it follows a fairly predictable pattern. As the reps business moves out of their warm market, the front-end bonuses begin to slow down, which means they have to rely more and more on the weak residual income commission structure of the plan, right? Remember that part, that graphic I showed where after that first purchase it gets really small? And this causes their income opportunity to drop incredibly fast. When that happens, inevitably, the rep is forced then to move to another business opportunity. Now, again, unfortunately, because the financial needs typically of the rep at this point are pretty significant, they usually move to another front-end loaded opportunity because they need to earn income quickly. But this time, there's more skepticism in their network regarding what they're doing, and this shortens, again, the lifespan of the length of time that they're able to leverage that front-end plan for themselves, which only then perpetuates the cycle. And with each jump to a new opportunity, the credibility of this rep within their network continues to erode, making it harder on them to get the success that they want. Now, we all know these individuals. We've all seen this before. And unfortunately, personally, I've seen this more times than I can count. Now, for some people, even hearing that, their motivation and focus might be on the short term. Some people do like the energy and the speed that plans like the front-end loaded plans create. And if that's their jam, if that's what they like, then a front-end loaded plan is probably the best for them. But in my opinion, I think it's a good idea to think about where the greatest long-term business opportunity is. And if that's your jam, you need to understand what factors play into it. First, does the compensation plan really provide a residual income opportunity? Does the plan pay strong residual income based on real products purchased by real people because they really want them? Because residual income, you guys, will always pay a lot more in the long run than any of those front-end loaded plans. Plus, you won't have to start over every 12 to 18 months trying to promote something new. Second, can you be passionate about what you're doing, the mission and the purpose of the company and the products you're representing, not just because it makes money as a business for you, but because it's something that aligns with who you are and with who you want to be known as. You guys, it's important. I think we all realize this, but network marketing is unique in the way it attaches you as an individual to your business. So is the business something that you can be proud of and that you can that can leave a positive legacy associated with your name? Now, having said all that, I do want to make sure I'm clear on one point here. I want to be very clear about this. Please don't misunderstand what I'm saying, especially about the priority of making money in your business. It is important. It's critical. And making money with your business is great. It's very great. It allows you to do wonderful things for yourself and for your family, and everyone needs to do that to take care of themselves and those that they care about. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. In fact, just the exact opposite. It's a big priority. What I am saying is that within a network marketing model, it is important to pay attention to how you make money. That matters. And we believe that we can and do help people do that in a real sustainable way. All right, third question. Does the business opportunity really fit into a network marketing model? Now, I say this because network marketing is a really, really good fit for a lot of products, but not all. Interestingly, one of the things that I've noticed is that when a compensation plan is so heavily predicated on recruiting bonuses, the reps treat the product often as inconsequential, like they don't really matter. As long as it pays out those big bonuses, it doesn't really matter what the products are. Now, I'm especially sensitive to this as someone who works in this industry because I believe it's extremely damaging to network marketing as a whole. It plays into the very worst stereotypes of the industry and really creates skepticism in people's mind that extends to all network marketers, not just that one rep. One of the reasons that I came to Team Beachbody is that fitness and wellness is a perfect fit for network marketing. Fitness isn't a fad. It's always in demand and it's growing. And a peer-to-peer model that connects people in fitness is becoming more and more popular in our increasingly connected world. And you guys, everyone needs a coach. They need someone who can help them stay accountable, someone who can give them support and help on their journey. And because of that, there will always be an opportunity for you and your business. So, not only does our plan at Team Beachbody provide a pathway to residual income, our model and our offering are sustainable, and they've been proven to work time and again for our coaches. And they line up and support the values that we have as a company. When you add all that together with the fact that Team Beachbody is the undisputed leader in this category with incredibly powerful brand recognition, you guys, it is a combination that you cannot find anywhere else. We value customers. We value results and connection. We value long-term business. We want you to build and enjoy the amazing benefits of residual income as you build a business that leaves a positive impact on the world. In my mind, you guys, that's what building a business as a Team Beachbody coach is all about. And I believe our compensation plan structure reflects that. So I hope this was helpful to you. I hope you have an amazing time wherever you're at and are seeing phenomenal success in helping people. Thank you so much for your time, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye now.